Hi everybody, it's September 28th, 2025. As I stated before, blessings come into our life almost like rain. Sometimes what is coming for you is blown out of the way by the wind on its way down to drop on your head. And somehow that drop makes it all through the air, being pushed around by the wind, and it still manages to drop on your head. And these occurrences, these blessings, these lessons find us all the time, because the nature of life is that what is meant for you is meant for you, and it cannot be taken away from you. It could be delayed, it could be weighed down by time, it could be changed in color and aspect ratio, but it's going to make its way to you eventually, and it's going to bless you and it's going to teach you. And that's just the way of our sort of fate, our fate that comes from God. And so the thing that I want to focus on today is the greatness that comes in between the gap and the shifts in the parts of our lives that change. When change comes about in your life, you're on a path, and you think you're going to hit the destination in a straight way, but then something comes along and knocks you onto your side, and you're on the ground and you're wondering why this happened. So what you do is you keep your head about you. You keep your faith focused on the Almighty God, and you get back up and you repair what has been broken, and you get back on the path. And that shift that happened, that abrupt shift, you'll find many times that what comes in that gap between your perception of what was going to happen and what actually happens, what comes through that gap is wisdom. What comes through that gap is love and a communication with the spirit world. And many times it will come in the form of you acquiring the skill to impart peace upon your life, even in troubling times. What could come through that gap also is a lesson where you saw yourself from the outside in, and you could relate to what you have done to people, how you have helped people, how you have hurt people, how you have taught people, how you have stolen from people. So this perspective that you gain from this shift is valuable to change your life for the better in the future. Because sometimes we don't need a lesson to show us how we were wrong. Sometimes we need a lesson to show us that we were doing our best and that we were correct, but the illusion around us made us feel guilty and totally reversed the orientation of what we actually did. So sometimes, yes, you are right when you think you are wrong, and sometimes you are wrong when you think you are right. And that's okay to let those falsities happen, because if you keep your eyes open, you walk forward, and you keep your head through the collisions of life, the truth will come. And when the truth comes, yes, enjoy it. When the truth comes, yes, and learn from it, but pay attention and hold on to it and learn from it, so that in the future, you may not be able to avoid collisions in the future, but you will know that fruit comes from any occurrence of life. Fruit comes from the dirty soil. Fruit comes from the blessed rain from above. Fruit comes from the tornadoes that rip everything up. So in this gap that comes through from the shift in your life, keep on making your way forward. Keep on clawing forward, crawling forward, walking forward, running forward, whatever you have to do, because life is ultimately a gift. Life and the volatile nature of it is a gift. It may not seem like it at first, but once you're old and you look back in your life, you could revel in the sheer amount of life that you have experienced, the changes that you went through, the victories, the failures that you lived through and you came back from, the people that you created and brought into this world, the people that you put in the ground and remembered and loved. That's all the greatness of life. And when you look back, you will see how rich you are. and your elder years will not seem so lonely because you have witnessed a great experience that nobody could take away from you. So I hope this helps. Thanks.